Hello peoples! So today is my first pregnancy update. It's been a while. I actually started this YouTube channel I think like 25 weeks pregnant with Hayden. I had always wanted to be a YouTuber or like start a YouTube channel, but it wasn't until I decided that I needed to get over my fear of cameras so that I could be in pictures and videos with my son that was due at the time, that I decided to actually go through with starting a YouTube channel and film pregnancy updates and bits of my life, and now it's a major part of my life. I haven't been videoing much lately, but that's just because exams and life has been in the way, but also the fact that my main videoing camera, my PowerShot, that I lost the charger. I'm sure you guys have probably watched the short where I found out I'd actually had like faint tests leading up to it, and I don't even know where to begin. Basically, we've been trying for 12 months, just about. We started when Hayden was 13 months. I think we decided in July, but for some reason we had to push back our appointment of getting an implant on out until August or late July. We didn't end up trying till August, though we decided earlier to try. Basically, it's coming on 12 months and it's been hectic. At first it was fine, and then just trying for 12 months is draining and stressful, especially because we decided that this was our last cycle. Possibly we were going to do one more cycle, just like not with help. I've been getting help for my all my periods that I've had since having Hayden were medically induced in some way. The first two were on metformin, so they weren't technically induced periods, but I needed medication to fix my body to get them. And then my previous two cycles have been properly induced because I have been doing an ovulation induction cycle. My last one obviously didn't work. This one obviously did, which is really weird, and I will go into that. We couldn't afford to continue the ovulation induction cycle because right when I needed to buy the most expensive part, which is the Ovidrel and all the injections and stuff, is right when COVID lockdown hit. Me and Luke couldn't work. Luca needed to go to the vet for an emergency vet visit, and Luke's car broke down, and like life just happened, and we could afford it. But at the same time I was like, do we need to? And we didn't need to. I ended up taking not even a full trigger shot. I took less than half of my trigger shot. I did some research and figured out how much I needed based off cows. So I thought if a cow can ovulate off this much, then surely my little body can. But all I know is cows and sheep, mainly cows. So that's what, they don't ovulation induction sheep as much as cows. I am rambling. So basically I did my trigger shot, and then again stuff happened and I didn't even do my boosters to boost my progesterone, but my progesterone was at an alright level, and I thought I just felt like I'd be fine. And I felt really positive even though I hadn't done anything to help. And my positivity was a sign, I think. I think I just like knew that my body was in the right place. But at the same time, this was our last try. We were going to possibly like try one more cycle. I was contemplating secretly taking Letrozole. Do not condone this, thank goodness it didn't resort to that, but I have some left over, and it was going to be a last ditch attempt just to make sure I ovulated, and then basically that's it. Because October next year we're getting married, so we wanted to, like, if we did get pregnant, we wanted to leave a big enough gap to not have a pregnant belly in my wedding dress, wouldn't fit, but also not have a newborn. Pretty much our last proper trying cycle, month trying. And it was me and Luke's 5-year anniversary of not knowing each other, of him asking me to be his girlfriend. I almost said boyfriend then. So we were celebrating our birthday, our anniversary, and that morning I found out. Yesterday morning, it's literally been a day. I am that excited about the whole thing. It's very different from with Hayden. With Hayden, I was so stressed and so worried. Like, I wasn't meant to be able to fall pregnant, and it wasn't planned. It was sort of a like, we won't really protect properly because I shouldn't be able to fall pregnant anyway, and maybe in a year we'd actually want to start trying properly. so why not start not protecting now, sort of thing. It was sort of like that. It was also sort of just not like that at all, but sort of. It was weird. But Luke didn't want Hayden. A lot of my family thought I should have aborted him. Obviously things have changed, and we all knew that we'd fallen in love with him, but for the point in my life I was at, it may have been an option. But thank goodness we didn't, because he's Hayden, we love him. He has made our life complete, quite literally. But this time we've been trying, and like, I was so happy, and I know that my body can sustain a pregnancy. Obviously I have a 2-year-old. So there's not the fear that, I mean, the fear's still there, but there's not the extreme fear of this is a chemical. And then as soon as that was over, that was past that stage, this is going to miscarry. And even past 12 weeks, all the way until I gave birth, I was worried. I was like, miscarry, stillborn, my baby's going to die. Like, I realised now I had severe anxiety and depression way before I got pregnant, and that did not help my panicking. Oh, my phone's ringing, 1 second. Basically, the emotions are so different this time, and I'm so happy. I can't express how happy I am. It's like, basically, we've told Luke's close family, because there's no way we could have kept it a secret, and also his aunt works at the pharmacy where I've been getting my Ovidrel and my medications from. She knew that, like, we were trying. They both knew we were trying, so it would have been a bit weird to just not tell them. And we're going to go tell my mum. Oh, it's a bit hard to tell my family because we're so far away from them. But we're going to go tell my mum on Saturday. So it's Thursday right now. Got a couple of plans for that. But I mean, I probably will bring out a video of like everyone finding out. But yeah, so Luke's family knows. Tamika and Moni know, my 2 friends. That's about it. Oh, and a friend of Luke's. And that's it. But basically we were out shopping. And shopping at the shopping centre where my retail shop is, not my retail, but the shop I work at is, and my boss wasn't actually working that day. We ran into each other at Coles. She like stopped and said hi, and she was like, how are you? And I just smiled, and I didn't even say anything. I think I said maybe, oh yeah, I'm good. And she was just like, congratulations, oh my gosh. Like, she just knew. She knows we've been trying. She's been like recommending acupuncture and stuff, so that was really exciting. There was no way I was hiding it. So anyway, I think everyone can know. It's just we're in a bit of a weird position where we're trying to build this house, buy this house, and if we don't get this house, we want to try and build, because our lease ends in April and I'm due March 24th. So that's going to be fun. I can't believe I'm moving with a newborn again. I really hope we get this house just so I don't have to move. That's the only reason. Is like, finance institutions are really weird about babies and dependents, and I don't really understand it. I mean, I was always a sort of saver and always lived on the cheap end of life. I don't even know where I am going with all this. It is just, that's my emotions. I found out yesterday. I actually found out first thing in the, I had faint tests. I was obviously testing out my trigger shot because I did take it to make sure I ovulated. And it sort of faded out for a day or two, and then there was something on my pregnancy test, and I was like, is it? It was, I think it was 7 or, I think it was 8 DPO. There was something there. And I was like, is it? Is it a line? Is it not? And then the next test I took maybe had a line, but I think it was even fainter, and I was like, maybe, I was like, nah, it's not. I'm out. Luke thought I was pregnant. He was like, kissing my belly and saying, oh, there's a baby in here, I know it. And I was like, no, my line got fainter. It's like out. That afternoon I caved and took another one, and again it was like there was a line there, but it wasn't pink, it wasn't a real line, and like it was not negative and it was not positive, and it was very in the grey area. But apparently it was real, because first thing yesterday on the 14th when I got up, I took another test and I instantly saw it and was like, I'm pregnant. And then like I tried to take a picture of it and send it to everyone possible, and I couldn't get it to show up on pictures. And then I started second guessing myself, and I was just going crazy. And then I waited till the afternoon, I think about midday, like I just waited the 4-hour hold, and that was about it. And I took another one and it was slightly darker and it was still there, and I just was like, yes, this is it, I am pregnant. I decided to tell Luke. I'm sure there's a video on that. I have no idea what order all these videos are coming out in, but I am filming everything, even on my phone, which is really hard to do. So yeah, that is that. That happened. They've just been getting darker since then. So basically I took a test first thing in the morning, about 6 a.m, and it was like, I instantly thought it was positive, but then second guessed myself. And then at midday, it was still faint, but it was positive. And then I took a test at like 8 p.m. that night at Luke's mum's house, because I took a digital test hoping it would come up with pregnant so that we could show them, and it did. I didn't think the line was that dark, but it did. It came up with 1 to 2 weeks pregnant, and it sunk in so much more with that test. I never had those tests with Hayden, so it was just like, I never realised how, it's like, crap, this is real. It's not an indent line, it's definitely a pink line. And yeah, they've just been getting darker every day since. So that's good. Every day since, it's been 1 day, but anyway. So yeah, so that's happened. Symptoms wise, I have had like nothing. Like with Hayden, I had every symptom under the moon before I even got my positive. I had felt ovulation, and then a week later on implantation, I felt terrible. I was really confused because it was too early to get my period, but I thought I was getting one of my bad periods mixed with an endo flare-up. It was like super painful. Found out later that Hayden decided to ovulate. Hayden decided to implant into scar tissue from a recent surgery, so that explained it. But it was really, really, really painful. And that was on the weekend. I ovulated on like Saturday or Sunday, and then this was Friday, Saturday. And then on Tuesday that week, I was exhausted to the point that I fell asleep in class at uni, and it was a class of 6 people, and we were interacting with each other. That's how exhausted I was. That was very embarrassing. We're just not talking about that. I didn't go to uni for the rest of the week. But yeah, so I fell asleep, and then Thursday I had cold and flu symptoms, I think. Friday I met up with my family, and I couldn't eat because I was nauseous. I just couldn't stomach anything except potato gems, and I still had leftover cold and flu symptoms. And that afternoon I went to Mum's house, and Mum was jokingly like, oh, are you pregnant? Because the cycle before that had gone for like 60 days or something, and I'd been at the hospital with Mum for some random reason, and they had to take a pregnancy test, and she was like, is this why you're late? And I was like, no, trust me, we've already ruled that out, me and the doctor, because I was looking into why my cycle was so long. So she was like jokingly like, oh, don't tell me you're pregnant now. And I was like, nah, Mum, no, I'm not. And then that night, me and Luke went on the craziest journey trying to find a corn jack, because I just felt so desperately like a corn jack, which I hadn't had in very many years. We went to all the IGAs that were still open because it was after hours. We went to every petrol station in the area. Finally, we found a fish and chip shop that had corn jacks, and I ate a corn jack. And for some reason that didn't click. What clicked was the next morning, Saturday morning, I couldn't eat my Weet-Bix. Weet-Bix made me feel sick. And I ran, took a test. It was positive, just like very, very faintly positive. It was a cheapie. And I cried because, not because I was pregnant or all the drama of that, but because I thought I wouldn't be able to eat Weet-Bix for 9 months. That is why I cried. So I had a lot of symptoms with Hayden. This time around, it's the complete opposite. I haven't had anything. Like, I had very mild pain when I ovulated, so I knew when I ovulated. But then I haven't been super tired, but then I've also been napping with Hayden. So it's like, maybe that's why, but I have been more tired recently before I've been pregnant this time. Like, I've had more energy than normal, which is really weird. 7 DPO, I remember I went to the toilet. This is TMI, so TMI warning. I went to the toilet and I just peed, and I went to flush or wipe or do something, I can't remember. And there was something in the toilet that was just weird. It was like spotting, but not. Like, it was just a single drop of TMI, mucousy blood. Just a single drop, like yay big. And I was like, what the hell is that? That is so weird. I've never seen that happen before. I wonder what that is. And then I was like, I wonder if I'm implanting. Like, is this some sort of implantation thing? And I reckon it was, because that lines up perfectly with my dates of when my positives started showing and everything else. And that seemed like the only symptom I had. I did have increased CM, cervical mucus, which I never get before my period, and that's also different to Hayden, because I remember with Hayden thinking maybe I was pregnant at one point, but then my CM dried up completely, which is normal before periods and not normal in pregnancy. So it was one of the reasons I didn't think I was pregnant. Whereas this time I had increased CM. So that's different again from last pregnancy. I haven't had anything else. I've been peeing more, but at the same time I've been on a liquid diet because I have what I thought was a burn, and then it got worse and worse despite should have been getting better, but it's actually a cold sore on the roof of my mouth that has spread through my entire roof of my mouth. It's really painful. I am it's bad. And then all my glands in my jaw are swollen and aching and tender because they're trying to fight the HSV infection from the cold sore. And I've been on a liquid diet because I can't eat anything. It hurts like hell. So that could easily be just as much a reason why I'm peeing so much versus pregnancy, but yeah. And that's it. I have had very slightly sore boobs. Like, I didn't even notice until Hayden leant on them, but I'm just feeling my boobs up now. I think they're still not like as sore as they've been before. So they're just very slightly tender. I have had no symptoms. Nothing has happened. I'm not even 4 weeks pregnant. I am 11 DPO today. Sunday I will be 4 weeks pregnant. I'll be 14 DPO, my period will be due. And then on Monday I get my beta HCG blood test to show everyone that I am pregnant, even though I know I am. That's it. That's pretty much my update. I'm gonna start the bump belly updates because I am starting this early. Why not? I am a little bit bloated today. Again, could be my diet. Here we go. You ready? This is my belly. Need a darker background, don't I? I'm too pale. So I can literally push out and look like 12 weeks pregnant already. So that's great. But anyway, suck in. That's it. That's my update. I'm now going to go. No, I'm not. I'm going to be sitting here for a little bit longer because I'm about to film something I've had planned for over a year. If you guys want to check it out, I recommend subscribing to my channel so you know when it is released. I don't know which is going to come first, but we'll find out. Hit the like button if you liked this video. Hopefully it was educational in the fact that a lot of people like listening to other people's symptoms and stories about early pregnancy. Maybe I'm breathless already, or maybe I'm talking heaps. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever the hell it is. There is a lot of videos coming out. I don't even know when I'm going to get time to edit all this. Okay, bye peoples.